Terminator 2 Judgment Day or The Prestige?
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah. Judgment Day.
The Bad News Bears or Avatar?
Avatar.
Avatar.
The Princess Bride or Moonrise Kingdom?
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Die Hard with a Vengeance or Liar Liar?
Liar.
Liar. Oh, God.
Why are you?
Why are you?
You see, I'm saying things first. Do you see? I'm saying
you
everything
talk so
first.
much. Can't even get a word in edgewise.
Well, I think faster because I'm braver, smarter, and faster than you.
Well, no, you just don't got much going on up in that noggin of yours. So it's like, yeah.
Alien or Nightmare on Elm Street?
Alien.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's Alien versus Nightmare on Elm Street on this episode of Film Fights.
Rawr.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Film Fights, podcast where we use a random movie generator to pick two films, pit two contestants against each other to convince me, maybe you listening out there, on what to watch next. My name is Matt Dodd, and today I have two brand new guests to the show.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Armani Martin
Hey.
Boo.
and John Crow.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Thank you guys for both being here. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
going to
you
be
for
fun.
having us.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to boo you, Armin. I'll just give you a light clap.
I did mean to ill you.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I have a feeling this is going to be a fun episode, but before we get into our debate of Alien versus Nightmare on Elm Street, Armani, have you seen anything recently that you enjoyed?
That I enjoyed. I really enjoyed Suicide Squad.
Okay.
I loved Suicide Squad.
Loved Suicide Squad.
You know, my problems with films, especially that are heavily based on special effects, is they focus on special effects way more than they focus on the storytelling,
Sure.
which I cannot stand. I think story is a purpose for living, purpose of creating, everything. So I think the special effects just added a special, flavor to the story, and I think the story was beautiful, and I think it was not only objective, but it was intimate for everybody to watch.
Interesting. I feel like we could unpack this to be a whole nother conversation,
Right.
but we're going to have to do that on a later day because that's not the topic here.
Exactly.
But very interesting. Okay. Very good. All right. Well, we'll go across the table. Mr. John Crow, how about you? Have you seen anything recently you enjoyed?
Well, the most recent thing I've seen is a rental, because I have a 2-year-old son, so I don't really get to the
That's
theater
okay.
often as much. But we did rent Miracles from Heaven, and there's this amazing reporter in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was me, Armani.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, it was. No,
It
pretty
was
good
him.
It was a pretty cool movie just because it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
The story is amazing. As Armani said, story is key, but this is based on a true story about this young girl has this stomach disorder that's incurable. She happens to fall in a hollowed-out tree on her family farm, hits her head or something. A miracle from heaven happens, and her stomach disease is cured.
The doctors can't
Wow.
explain it. Yeah, I remember seeing trailers for it. It seemed like a nice movie. I have
Wow,
not
I
caught
gotta
up with
check
it
that
yet.
out.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice family movie. It was.
And the reporter in it's very good.
The reporter was amazing, especially the slow motion shot. I think that kind of. My wife was actually whoa.
Well, she doesn't like you for real. I've
Oh,
talked to her.
I should probably ask for that ring back then.
All right. Well, we'll get down to it. So today we have Alien and Nightmare on Elm Street. Armani, you're representing Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
How long has it been since you've seen that movie?
It's been a while.
All right. So it's been a little while since
Yeah.
you've seen it. So do you remember, can you kind of give people at home, if they're not familiar with it, this is the original Nightmare on Elm Street,
The original
1984,
one.
I believe. Briefly, kind of what's that movie about, if people aren't aware?
So basically when, what was his name? Freddie. When Freddie basically, he has this thing with kids and they're asleep, and that's the beginning, the very, very beginning of when he started to get in people's nightmares and then taking over their nightmares and basically killing the children of the town in their sleep. So that was the beginning of Freddie and his nightmare masterpiece.
What's his last name?
Crow.
Freddy Crow, yep. Legendary horror villain,
Freddy
Crow.
Kroeger. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah. It's close.
that was-
Freddy Krueger. Yep, and there's been a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street since then, and they've even remade it, I think, a few years ago to not much success, but
Right.
Oh, they remade the original.
they did. Yeah, I want to say 3 or 4 years
like-
ago.
Some people just need to leave classics alone.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of hit a little era there in the last 10 years where it seemed like we remade all those 80s classic horror films, and
They just didn't do a good job.
No, not usually. Well, John Crow, how about you? When's the last time you've seen Alien?
Oh, Alien. It's been years.
Sure.
I can't even remember the last time I saw it. But Aliens is an amazing film. It takes place in the future, in space, Armani, space.
That's where your mind is at right now.
That's what's in your head. It may have taken place in your head.
No comeback once again.
You're going to have to work on that because I feel like he's got a lot of them. He's just waiting.
He just have
like
a notebook.
Yeah, but
It takes place in space.
Yeah, so the basic story is, if I remember correctly, a spaceship, a crew is sent out to go mine or something out in outer space. Mm-hmm. They're looking for other life form. I don't remember. But anyway, they go to a planet. They find these eggs. One of the eggs opens, attaches itself to one of the crew members. They get him on ship. It turns out he's got a little embryo grown in his body. It explodes out of his chest, and it's somewhere in the ship. And it's just this horror, suspense, sci-fi film where they're trying to get this alien monster that it just grows enormous. And it turns out that part of the plot was one of the that we thought were humans on the ship was actually an android or a robot or whatever. And it was kind of his programming to make sure an alien life form comes back. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the plot points in there. But it's just an incredible story. Great special effects at the time. Is not as great as what's out there now with CGI, but it was just incredible at the time. Just very suspenseful. Mm-hmm. I just remember seeing that in the theater. It was very scary. And it's kind of a classic horror, scary movie in that the fact that the story builds. Whereas like I feel with Freddy Krueger, it's more about, the scare tactics. Mm-hmm. He's got an ugly face that I think he was scarred from a burn. Whereas Alien, it's kind of like Jaws. Like it helps build the suspense. Like they don't show the alien too often, but when they do, it's scary. But it's the whole buildup. Like, where is the alien? Where is it now?
Yeah. So let's get into that because I think both these films. So they're both horror, films. They're a little different in their approach, but both of these, Alien was 1979, Nightmare on Elm Street 1984.
Not that far apart.
I think they both did a very good job of not being as jump scary as we feel like most horror movies are now. Like they both kind of set more tonally like scared. Mm-hmm. I do think Alien, you're probably right, has a little bit more of that like Jaws feel of it's just like terrifying scenario kind of thing. Right. Whereas Nightmare on Elm Street's a little more what we consider traditional horror, I guess, like more of a slasher kind of thing.
Well, I'm the reason why I love this movie so much. I'm not a horror girl at all. I'm more thriller. Okay. So I want to say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Thriller. Yeah. Thriller. So
sorry.
So the fact that I like this movie is, kind of strange for me. But the reason why I liked it so much, and I understand what you're saying, Crow, in terms of, the face thing and, all of that. But I am a sci-fi type of girl, but Aliens, it didn't spark anything for me. I think the story was just much better. It had a lot of backstory. It had a lot of background. I had a lot to choose from. That's why it wasn't like an Alien 15. And that's why I will always be Freddy Krueger, and versus Jason, everything. It's so much you can pick from that, and the story can go on and on and on and on. It's only so much you could talk about a crazy big baby alien.
I don't know. Both films have several sequels and spawned iterations of different things, and they both actually have had versus movies, which is weird. Alien versus Predator. And Freddy versus Jason, which is kind of weird spawn that we had there. All right, so Crow, what about you? Do you like Nightmare on Elm Street?
I do. I remember seeing that, and I remember it being great because it was, was scary. It was more just suspenseful in regards to like, Freddy's coming to kill you. Where's Freddy? But I mean, Alien is just a classic. It's just the pacing's nice. Freddy, we know he's going to try to kill somebody, or he is going to kill somebody. Whereas Alien, you don't know what's going on with this alien. You assume it's going to kill people, but then you don't know like the whole plot twist where the android robot guy, that was part of his plot, was to have an alien life form come back on this ship, and then having Sigourney Weaver become the main character in regards to taking over the ship and commanding it. it was just incredible. Whereas Freddy, you just, it's a slasher film. Like, oh, Freddy's gonna come and kill somebody. When's he gonna come kill somebody?
I feel like it was so creative because I love movies.
At the time, it was, yeah.
Yeah, I love when movies are based off reality, something that you can relate to,
Or like
and then
somebody
they take you
killing you in your dreams.
No, and then
Oh,
take you to another dimension. So his backstory of him like in a fire and all this other stuff, a killer being in your community, in your neighborhood, that is something that that could happen to me. And then I feel like
Especially where you
right, I live in the hood. That's what you're talking about.
So
it's based around like a real thing and then takes it to
another
level.
dimension, another level. And I think imagination is what spawns, money. Although Alien does take you imagination, all that.
Is Alien too much of a jump for you? Where it's just like,
it's not too much a jump. I jump. Okay, I jump, but I just don't like Alien. Of course, is a classic. I just prefer Nightmare on Elm Street is more of a classic. And I think it was one of those gruesome horrors that wasn't that gruesome in terms of it didn't take over the story. Like, blood did not overshadow the story type thing.
And you think it did in Alien?
Yeah, I feel like it did. I think it was just too many obstacles, too many conflicts, and it just overshadowed the basics of the story. But that's just my opinion. It could, whatever Crow says. Not really, but whatever.
You're entitled to your opinion. That's totally fine. I mean, we each have our own opinion on movies, for sure. And like we said, we're not saying either one of these movies is bad. It's just you have a preference, and that's totally fine.
But I'm right.
So if I'm going to sit down and watch one of these, how am I going to determine which film I'm going to sit down and watch?
Do you want to see a classic, suspenseful, amazing film, or do you want to see a slasher? Somebody's going to die in the film. That's the question you need to ask yourself, Matt. What kind of films do you like?
I love a lot of films. I actually love both of these films for different reasons to a degree, too. Alien, I think, is an amazing work of suspense. Even more so than horror, I think it does a great job of just building that suspense. I think Sigourney Weaver is amazing. It's a very rare role for a strong female hero, especially in a horror movie. That was not, that was not seen nearly as much. But Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, is very creative, and I love the idea behind that, and like the development of Freddy Krueger and all that. I think was really good. So,
well, here's a question for both of you.
Yeah.
Which one would you see again? And then which one have you seen more than once?
I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street way more. I've only seen Alien once, and I was like, whatever. I did like Alien versus Predator, but I didn't like it more than Freddy versus Jason.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
If we had a crazy combination movie of Freddy versus Jason versus Alien versus Predator, who would you take? In a fight. Like, not the movies themselves, but if they were all in a fight together.
If they were all in a fight together, there's no way in the world I'm taking Freddy versus Jason. They have supernatural, like, Jason just have, like, a sword. Freddy has his, like, claws. Like, they have,
but
like...
Freddy can only kill you in a dream, right?
That's true. Now
do aliens dream?
That's what I'm thinking.
Now
I really want to see Alien versus Freddy, and it'd be like all in the Aliens dream world, because I want to see what that is.
That's
that could
crazy.
Be really cool.
We should do it.
Let's
just shoot it right now.
Guys. Let's work on that right now.
Okay.
We can get away with something, right? It's a lot easier nowadays.
Screen, right?
They hid a lot of it back then.
We can YouTube it.
We can make a puppet or something. I think it's probably mostly what Alien was.
We just do sock puppets.
Sock puppets.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're let's get this wrapped up then, because we got to work on this. I mean,
that was quick.
We gotta get going. But first, I guess we should do some trivia, because we normally do trivia on this show. So let's get through that. But I really want to work on this idea, so nobody lose the idea.
All right.
And no one takes it. Okay.
We got to get on this, because it's going to be out soon, and
that idea is copyrighted by Armani, Matt, and John.
And I just emailed it to myself. Is that how copyright works?
Yeah, it's a bootleg copyright.
Right.
Perfect. All right, I think we're safe. Good job, guys.
All right.
So I'm going to start off with a softball kind of question for Nightmare on Elm Street. Do you know what actor had his debut role in Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, I definitely don't know that.
Oh, no. I was going to say Kevin Bacon, but I think that was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
At camp.
I think that's right.
Yeah, he had an arrow pushed through his neck.
Oh, my God. Okay. You see, I'm not a horror girl, you see. Oh, geez.
Is it Freddy, the guy who played Freddy?
It's not Freddy. That was Robert Englund. He'd played some other things, I believe, as well. It is Johnny Depp.
What?
What? No. I thought the grape thing.
No, Johnny Depp, he gets eaten by a bed.
He gets eaten by a bed.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again.
Yeah, I forgot it was a bed scene.
It's a pretty great scene. He gets swallowed by a bed and like a stream of blood. Just, it's weird. What actor who's famous for his role as a pilot in another space-based movie turned down the role of the captain in Alien?
I know none of these questions.
He was an actor that was very famous for this was in 1979, was Alien, for a role just a couple years previously in a very famous space movie.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
It's Harrison Ford. Turned down the role of the captain. Could have been a very different thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dang.
Robert Englund was the actor that played Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street. How long do you think he had to sit through makeup to prepare for his role as Freddy Krueger?
6 hours.
Dang, you heard me almost say 6.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh,
You were really fast earlier on those like
slowing down.
random things. What happened?
Jesus. 5 hours.
5 hours? You're both a little over. It was 3 hours.
Oh,
Which is a long
that's
time,
why
but
you
yeah.
didn't look that good.
I wonder. I don't have how long it took the alien to do makeup, but I'm sure it was a while.
Yeah.
I do have how long though. How long do you think the alien was actually on camera? In the alien was 1 hour and 57 minutes.
Okay.
Total. How long do you think the alien is actually on the screen?
You mean the final scary alien, or like every?
The final scary alien, the xenomorph himself.
I want to say 7 seconds.
Wow, 7 seconds. Okay.
Right,
Very
just kidding.
briefly.
Is this like a Price is
No.
Right? I can just go 8 seconds and beat her.
Usually in this show, we have gone with Price is Right rules. So
Okay, 4 minutes.
Okay.
I will
So
go
4
with
minutes?
4.1 minutes.
He's
No,
so
it's
annoying.
at least 7 minutes of alien time.
I have only 4 minutes.
What?
Oh!
So Armani got that one.
Take the
Perfect.
salt off your
Yeah,
shoulders.
your confidence right there was pretty bad. You're like, oh, I got it.
I didn't know that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, hey, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
That's
Just
what
little
you're
fun
here for.
facts, so then you can just, be knowledgeable when you talk to other people. You're like, hey,
Right.
did you know this?
Did you know?
They're like,
and look at
"You're
that
a-"
scene right there. You see that?
Yeah, and then they just
did
stop
that
and they're
on
like, you're a weird
purpose.
person, and they walk away because they're like, why are you walking up to random strangers on the street and telling them these things?
Exactly.
That's what I do, and it, I don't have many friends. Thank you guys for being here, though.
Oh, thank you. Well, you can consider us your friends now,
Oh,
man.
thanks.
So you have 2 new friends.
I really appreciate it.
You
But
don't
before we
want
go,
them to
I
be
have
your
to pick a winner.
Oh,
but before I pick a
right.
winner, you have to have your chance for final thoughts.
Oh wow.
I'm going to give...
Wow.
I don't like the winner versus loser thing.
Like final thoughts on our movie, or just final thoughts on the
On life in
podcast,
general?
life in
On life in
general.
This is it, John Crow.
Yeah.
This is it. I didn't want
My
to break
final
this
thought.
to you. I don't know why, but they thought this would be the best way to
They
get this
just
going.
let
This is
you
getting
go.
really morbid, guys. I'm really sorry.
Little final thoughts on life. Wow.
No, so I will go with you first because Armani looks terrified right now.
I have
John
no
Crow,
clue.
what are your final thoughts on Alien? What's going to convince me? Either like something that you didn't get to talk about earlier, so a quick little minute here, or just something you want to reiterate?
Well, Alien is just a classic film. Like, whether you consider it a horror film or sci-fi film, it's a classic film. Great Ridley Scott film, and it was just at that time, I believe, like most Alien films, not the movie Alien, but films that involved aliens,
Sure.
didn't have this creature that they created. Ridley Scott and who's the guy?
Stan Winston?
Stan Winston.
I'm going to
Stan
guess.
Winston, yeah, I think it was
'cause
Stan
he's
Winston.
legendary.
But yeah, they just created this amazing, scary alien, and like you said, we only saw it for 4 minutes, but it seems like longer. But again, it was like the movie Jaws, where you don't see Jaws the shark that often, but just the suspense and the idea that it's near you, and with the music, the movie itself just creates that suspense, trying to find the alien through the air ducts and. Where is it? It's just incredible. It's a really great film. I highly recommend it. It's very good. Armani, if you ever get a date, it'd be a good.
If I ever get a date.
It'd be a
That
good
is
little
a
date
factual
movie
statement.
that you could actually, you might get scared. Snuggle up to your date.
Probably not. Hater.
Anybody out there listening, Armani is available.
Not that available.
Well, thank you, John. I'm sure Armani thinks you too. She just doesn't want to say it on mic, and I get that.
I hate girls. But
All right, well, Armani, you get your final thought here on Nightmare on Elm Street.
well, I just want to say both films I believe are classics. The thing that kind of separates Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think they're two different genres. I think Alien is suspenseful, and Nightmare on Elm Street is a horror. So that's one of the things you can probably take away, but it's not too much. It's not too much blood. It's not too gory. But one of the things that I love about it is it takes you to another dimension. It's still something that you could relate to in terms of the situation. Of course, not someone, coming actually and killing you in your sleep, but nightmares. Those are some of the things that people are really scared of, things that you can't actually obtain.
Okay.
So I think that's something that's close to home, relatively relatable. And Alien, it was just too much for me. It was just way too much.
Too much for you.
I do like on with Friday, or not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, the idea, and I believe it may have been one of the first films where like the fact that he's going into your dream. Like it's not, I'm not here physically killing you, but I'm going to go into your dream.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Right. Just
Everybody's got to sleep.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight because I'm going to have to make this decision. I'm going to go with Alien.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I could have easily gone either way. I don't know, guys.
Matt, you just lost a friend. I hope you're satisfied with your life now.
I mean, I guess John Crow, you're still my friend.
I'm still your friend.
Well, I gained one tonight, so that's a plus for me.
I'm a better friend than Armani.
No, you're not. You suck.
But yeah, I love both these movies. I really would like to rewatch both of them and may do that. You guys did a great job with them. But our last episode, Andrew won, and he recommended Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey for us to talk about. You guys seen that movie?
No.
It's about Kaufman, right?
Andy Kaufman, that's
yeah,
correct.
Kaufman. I'm trying to remember.
It's a
Remember
biopic.
the REM song, Man on the Moon?
It was one of those movies that's on your list to watch, but you can like have
never
a
seen it?
job.
Well, it's because if I did see it, it doesn't stand out, so maybe I didn't like it.
Okay.
Right.
That's all right. Yeah, it's like you said, it's about Andy Kaufman, who was a very famous comedian, very odd kind of person, and Jim Carrey does a great job of playing the drama and comedy in that movie. I really enjoy it and look forward to watch it again. I appreciate Andrew's recommendation. So we move on to you.
Oh, my recommendation.
What recommendation would you have for me and the next guest?
I recommend no one watch it.
You don't even know. You might love this movie.
I would recommend. It's a classic. I love it to this day. Casablanca.
Great.
I do like that movie.
It's an
List of
incredible
shame
movie.
for me. I've never seen it.
Oh,
So perfect opportunity.
there you go.
Yes.
Great. Thank you for
Mandatory
recommending
now.
it. That's awesome.
It's very good.
I do love that movie.
So obviously it's a very classic movie. Most people are probably familiar with it, but if someone isn't,
Casablanca takes place during World War II.
Yes.
Well, Humphrey Bogart owns a bar, Casablanca, and he used to have a relationship with this woman who is now dating, I believe, somebody who is a spy against Germany, and the Germans are trying to get him. And there's this tension between Humphrey Bogart, and I can't remember her name, the actress. But so then it's like, oh, well, are they going to form a relationship again? Is it rekindling? Is he going to help this guy? And so it's just a great movie. It's shot in black and white, just beautifully shot. Again, as Armani said, it's just story. Story is key.
Yeah.
It's just a great story. There's some classic. Oh, that was my half Asian side coming out. Classic. I bet it is classic. That was racist, Armani.
Oh, dang
Yeah.
it.
you can't laugh at that. I kept a cool face
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Right.
when you say classic.
Right. Okay. I thought I was like on South Park for a second.
But yeah, some great one-liners that come out of that movie. So I would highly recommend it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love that recommendation. Thank you so much, because that's one that been meaning to watch forever, and now I'm kind of forced to. So thank you.
There you go.
All right, so I made my decision, controversial as it may be. I think you could easily have gone with either one of these. I think what
we
might
could
have
have
swayed
too.
me, honestly, is because you like Suicide Squad, and that's a soft, like a hard button issue for me, and maybe we'll do a follow-up at some other point. But
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen it and I want to see it, but then I've heard mixed reviews.
yeah, don't do it, John Crow.
But
loved
but I've
it.
never read the comic books.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I haven't read it either.
Oh, okay.
And that's why a lot of those comic books I really don't really get into because I don't know the whole backstory.
We can't get into that now, but
Right,
we may do
right.
a follow-up on that. You can tell us what you would prefer out there on Listener Land, if you'd prefer Alien or Nightmare on Elm Street, and who you would side with. You can comment on our Film Fights podcast Facebook page. You can find me directly at Matthew Dodd on Twitter, and you can check out previous episodes on iTunes, on SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to the podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.
Yeah, and also comment on who you think won this film fight.
Yeah, you can find the Film Fights podcast Twitter page, or Twitter as well,
Hate
at
yourself.
Film
That
Fights
was me.
Pod.
Yeah.
So, guys, we'll go with Armani first, ladies first. Where can people find you online if they'd like to tell you how great you did and how wrong I am?
Well, my name is Armani Martin. I'm pretty much awesome, way more awesome than Crow. So my Instagram is Armani Martin. My Facebook is Armani Martin. My Twitter is _Armani Martin. And I'm thebomb.com and crowssuck.com.
Right, so if I go to imthebomb.com, picture you?
Yep. No, probably not. In the dictionary, definitely.
Okay.
Bomb.com.
Webster's? Dictionary.com?
Yes. Dictionary.com and Webster's. So both
You
of
got
it.
both of those covered.
I got both of them covered, yes.
Perfect. You got anything coming up you'd like to tell people about or anything going on?
Well,
Or just stay tuned for whatever you're going to be doing
stay
next?
tuned. My website is armanimartin.com, and I have a couple of projects coming up. I'm a director, and a lot of my latest movie, Deus Ex Machina, has been doing really well, and it's actually in the process of distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have one non-exclusive deal with Aspire TV.
Cool.
So
Very good.
can't speak on anything else, but yay. happy
Stay tuned.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Follow Armani
Rawr.
because I'm sure she will let you know when things unfold and
Yeah.
we're able to watch them in more places.
Boom.
That's awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, maybe I'll follow you.
I guess I will too.
Right.
Well, John Crow, how about you? Where can people follow you?
John Crow. You can find me at johncrow.net. Also on Twitter, it is at I am John Crow. Because somebody already had John Crow.
Who else would have that name?
You're the real John Crow.
That's why I
Right.
said I am.
Yeah.
John. Anyway, Facebook. I don't even know what my Facebook one is. If you search for John,
John Crow.
Crow,
Crow, it
you
should
can
pop
hunt him down.
up.
yeah, look for the
You're the only crow I know. You like that?
and I don't really do Instagram, and I
cool.
guess I should, but I do. I try to tweet
Yeah.
every now and then.
That means
I think most of us do. It's like, yeah, we'd
Yeah.
like to do it more, but we think it's probably better to do more and just never get around
never
to it.
get around to it because people have jobs.
But anything you'd like to promote? Anything you got coming up, or just stay tuned? We'll see what's out there. What film you'll pop in next, kind of thing.
Well, the most recent film that I am in is Miracles from Heaven. It's on DVD now.
Okay.
I don't know if it's streaming yet, but you can see me in that. I play a report. I get a lot of reporter roles.
Yeah, I believe you were a reporter in Flight.
I was a reporter in Flight. I've got a small role as a reporter in a TV movie coming up called Killing Reagan. It's about Hinckley shooting Ronald Reagan. But yeah, I've got some. I'm playing a role on this coming Monday. I've got a little role in a TV thing, and it's not a reporter role. So hey,
Oh,
yeah,
look
it's
at
a
you.
character with a name.
Wow.
I didn't just say hey.
Pretty good. What's that? That's out.
That is Your Worst Nightmare. I believe it's a TV show that's each episode's based on an actual true story.
Okay.
But I'll be a grocery manager. I'll be Donald Royce.
That's awesome.
Your grocery manager.
Well, I'm sure you're going to play a phenomenal grocery manager.
I hope so.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. This
Thanks
has been a lot
for
of
having
fun.
us.
Thank you so much.
I hope we've been able to bridge the gap a little bit, and you guys are able to see that you both like some movies, like
I know,
similar
actually-
movies, like you have things in common.
We agreed to quite a few.
You can agree on some things.
Well, and speaking of that bridge, when we make Alien versus Freddy.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, I already forgot.
Oh my God.
I didn't
I
forget.
bad memory, guys. Real bad
I've already
memory.
written half the script
All
on
right.
my phone.
Oh, I
You and
noticed.
I.
I thought you were just really rude.
Right.
That's another reason why I didn't pick you, because you were just down on your phone.
On the phone.
Now I feel really bad because you were just really
Right,
working
I'm
hard.
making money for us.
Here,
Guys,
could I see what you
So
wrote?
sorry.
My screen is cracked.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's only like
it's
my
hard to do.
eyes.
It went
right?
back.
It's
Yeah,
like-
you're used to it. You can get it. I gotcha. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you, and thank you for listening out there. Enjoy the movies, everyone.